So, the collective is a group of seasoned accounting, tax, payroll, and legal professionals who are passionate about serving the growing demographic of Black women entrepreneurs across the nation. Well, guess what? They joined forces and crafted the Black Women's Business Bible to address the needs of your business. The collective comprises Yulika Kimber, Kimmy Allen, Ellen, Monica Houston, Tony Moore, Chanel Simmons, Cassandra Taylor, and Patricia Winfield. And you're going to get to hear all about the Black Women's Business Bible right here on episode 723 of the Sharvette Mitchell Radio Show. Don't you go anywhere. We're going to be right back.
Whoa. Why y'all so happy?
You don't know? Sharvette Mitchell is on the radio.
It's time to get motivated, excited, and influenced. Why? It's the Sharvette Mitchell Radio Show, live from Richmond, Virginia. And now, here to motivate, excite, and influence you, Sharvette Mitchell.
Well, hello, everyone, and welcome to the Sharvette Mitchell Radio Show, broadcasting live from the capital city of Richmond, Virginia, but heard and seen all across the World Wide Web. We are so excited to have you joining us here for another phenomenal segment. You know, the goal of the show is to motivate, excite, and influence, and we're going to do just that today. And it's a whole panel discussion. Listen, the virtual studio is full. Every couch is full. You're going to get to meet some dynamic ladies today. We call the collective, and you're going to hear more about that. What I want you to do right now is go ahead and tag a business owner. Go ahead and forward this to a business owner, definitely a woman in business. You want to have them here listening in. Shout out to those that are listening in from our podcast, all Apple Podcast and iHeartRadio, all of that. And then certainly those that are listening and over on YouTube, go ahead and subscribe to our channel and hit that button so that you get the notification that we are live and on air here. As always, thank you for everyone that's coming on in. Hello, Carlithia. Good evening to you. Glad to see you. Kim and Deborah over on YouTube. Glad to see you. Of course, my mother, my real mother, is always in the house. Hey, girl. Hey. And we're excited all about that. As we have this new author showcase, new book release, all about helping you with your money. Do you hear me? And your mindset. So let me go ahead and get us started as you're coming on in here for episode 723 of the Sharvette Mitchell Radio Show. Now, we are super excited to be chatting about this new book, a new release. Listen, in pre-orders right now, about to be hot off the press, the Black Women's Business Bible. This was brought to life by visionary author Yulika Kimber, CPA, and she's with us in the virtual studio. So I want to bring her up to the mic so that we can chat a little bit. Put your virtual hands together and welcome Yulika to the stage. Hey, Yulika.
Hey, Sharvette, I'm back.
Back by popular demand. Absolutely. We are so excited to have you here and to be able to talk about the Black Women's Business Bible. And you are the visionary author. And so I want to just start with, first of all, why did you come up with this? What was the vision behind this?
Well, as a CPA, over 30 years of experience, as I navigate my own community, going to get my hair done, going to visit my local businesses that are owned by Black women, I'm always asked questions. And should I incorporate? Should I do this? How do I pay my taxes? And during the pandemic, I saw the surge of entrepreneurship, Black women. And I've always wanted to say, like, I'm not the only one who knows this.
Yeah.
And so about a year ago, God gave me the vision of the Black Women's Business Bible and had me put out, see who would join me on the journey. And there are some tax, CPA, bookkeeping, and even an attorney who joined it. And there ended up being exactly seven of us. Who are authored, who all not just technical people, but we have a heart for our community. And we understand as Black women in the African American community, we are the people who pay the tuition. If somebody's phone is off, they call us. If they need their application fee for college, they're going to call their auntie. So our wealth is important. So it's
Yes.
important that when we build businesses, they're on a strong foundation. They're legal businesses. They can take advantage of PPP and whatever else, loan opportunities. And I just wanted to make sure that we had a vehicle and a collective of women who could speak to that demographic, which is the fastest growing demographic of entrepreneurs in the nation, is African American women.
Absolutely, absolutely, and the numbers are there to prove that. And so, this feels like a different type of maybe anthology or book
Yes.
collaboration that people are used to. Tell us how the book is laid out. What types of things will they find in this resource guide?
So I've been a part of several anthologies. And the difference between those and this one is those are more stories or testimonies or have experiences that people are sharing. We're actually sharing the knowledge of how to build a business, how to engage with the IRS, how to get a business license, how and when you should pay your taxes, how you should form and what each type of entity. So it's actually a working guide. So it's not just a book that you're going to read. It's a book that when a business owner gets it, it's going to be on their desk forever. It's going to be earmarked. It needs stickies in it. And it's going to be a user guide. Lots of activity for you to do, checklists, worksheets. After each author talks about their topic, and I would even take that a step back. They're not separate chapters. Each author wrote on something, but they're all interconnected. For instance, about business entities, we're all talking about it from a different perspective. Tony Moore is talking about it from a legal perspective. The CPAs are going to talk about it from maybe tax perspective. Tony Moore is going to talk about it from protection and branding and protecting your legal entity for protection. So you'll see themes throughout. Even in the back of the book, one of the latest things that we're doing is we have a index of all terms. So you can look up net income and it'll tell you every author that talked about that topic. So it's a very interconnected work and it's a working guide.
I love that approach. And since we're talking about the authors, we were able to grab a few in the middle of tax season. S Corp is due the 15th. So I know all of that. So let's bring up the ladies. We honor their time. I'm going to bring Kimmy Ellen up first. Hello, Kimmy. Welcome to the show.
Hi, good evening. Thank you.
How are you today?
I'm wonderful. How are you?
I am doing well. Let me go back to the green room and bring up Cassandra Taylor. Hello, Cassandra. How are you today?
Hi. Hello. I'm great. And you?
I am wonderful. We're glad to have you. Last but certainly not least, back by popular demand, Chanel D. Simmons is hitting the stage as well. Hey there, Chanel. How are you?
Hey girl. Hey girl. Hey, how are you?
I am doing well. All right. So we have you all here. And so I want to, such powerhouse women, I want to make sure the audience actually gets to hear a little bit about each of your backgrounds. And so Kimmy, I'm going to start with you. And if you can just share a little bit about your background and what you brought to this book project.
Absolutely. So I'm Kimmy Ellen. I'm a CPA. And I have been a CPA for 30 years. And I actually am the managing partner of Benford Brown and Associates. We are the largest Black woman-owned public accounting firm in the country. And we've been in business for about 27 years. And we basically, our bread and butter is, of course, managing people's money, accounting, audits, business consulting, government consulting, Fortune 500. Company internal audits. So we do a little bit of all of that. We have we're headquartered here in Chicago, right down the street from the Obama Library.
Oh, wow.
Yes. And but we have employees actually in about 9 different states right now because, of course, we go where the work is. And so we have quite a few people around the country. So for 25 years, a lot of what I did was literally tax returns mainly for women of color and their businesses. And, growing up, my parents always had a business. So I've always seen entrepreneur, but learning how, if you start that business with an end game in your mind, then it helps you along the way and helps you to spend your money and plan for it. So I've learned so many things that people did right, did wrong. And so I'm hoping that I was able to bring a lot of that to this collective.
Well, listen, over on YouTube, they're saying I am so inspired. So the neat nurse is inspired by just your introduction. And I just need you to send me some Chicago mix. I know they rechanged it, Garrett's popcorn, and
Caramel
we're good.
cream.
You got me. You got me. All right. You
Yeah.
got me. Thank you, Kimmy.
Mhm.
All right. Cassandra Taylor, a little bit about who you are, what you do live. You're live in the office, live on set.
Yes. Good evening, everyone. I am Cassandra Taylor, and I am a public accountant. I do income taxes and bookkeeping, and I help small businesses set up their business. When people want to go from a sole proprietor to a LLC, I guide them and help them. And as Sharvette said, S Corps I do March 15th. So I help people convert their LLCs to S Corps. My passion is helping our businesses stay open.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Yeah.
And I have been in business for myself since 2010. And I say out here on the strip, okay?
Out on the strip.
Yeah.
Listen, and that is so powerful that you say that. Within the last, I'm going to say probably 4 weeks, I went to tag 3 different businesses. 2 were earrings, and one was literally there's a pillow over there. I could get up and go show y'all. That was in the background of a story, and people kept asking me about the pillow. Those 3 different businesses, I went to tag them because people were like, "Where'd you get the earrings? Where'd you get the pillow?" All of them out of business.
Yep.
All African American. So that yes, we want to change that narrative. So thank you for being here.
Glad to
All
be here.
right, Chanel D. Simmons, a little bit about who you are, what you do.
Yes. So hi everyone. I'm Chanel Simmons, founder and CEO of No Tax and Financial Solutions. I started off as a degreed accountant working for a lot of major corporations, banks and such, and moved on to being employed with the Internal Revenue Service themselves, where I was not only an IRS agent, but also an instructor to other agents as well, doing everything from individual returns all the way up to fraud cases, TEFRA, tiered partnerships, you name it, offshore disclosures, all that. And took that knowledge with me where I started my own company in 2016. So that way I can help people get out of trouble and stay out of trouble. And I would say for me, the biggest thing is that the taxes are your final report card, really, of all of it. All of it always comes back to that. So, like literally a lot of our decisions, whether it's financial or non-financial, they come back to tax, and tax has a way of, if utilized, it could honestly be a way to fund your company on the government's dime if you do it proactively. If you don't think of it though and allow yourself to be wasteful, what ends up happening is then you be penalized, and you can lose everything. I've witnessed so many companies who are fiscally doing well lose it all simply because they weren't sending in their deposits for employment tax, or lose it all because of penalties and interest, lose it all because they hadn't filed not only all the time, but didn't file properly. And this is not just the regular small business. These are sometimes larger entities as well. No dollar sign is exempt from that. So that's where I want to make sure people not only gain their wealth, but keep their wealth and definitely be able to spend their money the way they so desire.
Ah, so well said. What an asset. Like a lot of people have a fear of, I'm going to get audited. I'm not doing it. And to have someone who was on the inside, if you will, and now bringing their expertise to this. And we see the hearts coming up over in the coaching with the marketing tips with Sharvette Facebook community. Thank you. Thank you for that. So I love this. And Yulika, you've talked a little bit, but I just wanted to formally allow you to share your background as well.
Well, I'm old. I've been doing accounting a long time. I have a degree in accounting and an MBA, CPA. I've also in my career been a revenue agent, and I never forget. This is actually a Caucasian man, but I thought when I put up to his place that he wasn't there. It was his business, and it wasn't that. It's that he had lost everything. He was sleeping at his office.
Oh, wow.
Because he had really, he had lost his home, lost a lot of things because of just missteps and misplacing money, not doing anything nefarious, but robbing Peter to pay Paul. And
Yeah.
so his the tax deposits and his payroll money, which is not your money. It's not your money. And so it snowballed, and I remember, I never forget the look on his face and seeing coming into his office and his blankets were there. I just, for my community, for I like to take away the fear that you
Yeah.
have nothing to fear. I think we as African Americans, I don't know if that's intentionally, I can't say that, but we've been taught to be fearful and hide information from the government. But the IRS's goal is for us to stay in business.
Absolutely.
We need an
Yeah.
economy to grow. So when they have incentives like PPP and other things, even deductions are based on spending good money in your business. They want you to hire a person because that grows the economy. That means their children are going to go to school and have benefits. So I want to change the mindset around our legal requirement to participate fully in this economy. I think anything that's a lie is straight from the enemy, and it's meant to keep us in the shadows. Because as long as you're under the table, you cannot charge full prices. You cannot pay payroll tax and Social Security for these people. So you might have people doing hair for years and have nothing, no retirement, no Social Security because they haven't filed.
Out your amen. Out your amen, listeners.
And I always even throw in is some pastors out there too. You think you're doing yourself you have the cash today, but you have nothing to fall back on. And then my other thing I would like to say is that usually our schools downtown are brown people.
Yeah.
And the corporations in your city are not going to speak up. They need you to come to City Hall and say, I've owned a business in the city for 10 years, and you are not going to take this program away. Yeah. We're the people that do that. So you wondering how our cities are getting gentrified. It's because a lot of our power is under the table. So my goal, one of the goals is that this book will change the tide. This is more than just a collective. It's more than just a book. It's a movement. Yeah. And that we are bringing people out of the shadows. You don't have to be ashamed. We know you've been in business 30 years, but we're going to get you a business bank account. We're going to get you registered with the IRS. We're going to help you get there because you cannot stand in your power and have generational wealth by staying in the shadows and staying non-compliant.
Well, listen, y'all, just by the introductions, y'all need to buy thousands and thousands of these. We can close out. We can hang up now. Literally, you see the Black Women's Business Bible just from their credibility alone. So, and if you're connected to any of the authors that you see on the screen, purchase from their links. But I want y'all to buy thousands and order thousands at a time. Did you struggle with, and Ulika, I'm still kind of speaking to you, the title? So even calling out the Black women and even also saying Bible, was there any struggle?
God gave it to me. The only struggle I had is I was gonna call it like Black girl, like girlfriend, like that was my only struggle.
Yeah,
that's my virtual assistant Tiffany Mack. She keeps us together, honey. She hurts the office, but she's also a business owner. But so the only struggle I had, I knew it was going to be Business Bible, but I thought it was going to be snappy like girlfriend. But I'm not the Black Woman's Business Bible. I'm speaking to grown women here.
Yeah, definitely.
So, but no, I knew from the beginning, from the birthing, because God gave it to me. I woke up with it. The Business Bible, and the Bible meant it's going to be timeless. So you're going to be able to pick it up in 10 years from now, and there's going to be relevant information there about what you need to do to start and grow your business, to open your next business, whatever you need to do.
All right, wonderful. We had a question that came in from LinkedIn. I'm going to toss it to Kimmy first. Kimberly Ann over on LinkedIn said, congratulations on this fantastic achievement. How does your book inspire women in business? So Kimmy, we're going to toss it over to you first.
So I'm hoping that this book inspires women who are thinking about starting a business, but gives them the tools so that they don't make those initial mistakes that cost you money for years and years to come. But like you said, to get out of the shadows, I was one of those. My mom was a beautician, and I watched her for years and years, have an amazing business, but not really financially expect to retire, expect to,
Mm.
and so you kind of watch that. And I'm very astute when I'm looking at, okay, that's happening, because my passion is actually teaching Black people how to build generational wealth. And one of the best things that you can have to build generational wealth is a business. And so
Absolutely.
I am hoping that this will inspire people in the businesses that they're thinking about, or people who have started their businesses. Let me tighten up some reins here and do this, so that
Hmm.
it then my revenue is multiplying and my employee base is multiplying, because of course we all want to grow. But I also, it's interesting. I do lunch and learns for my staff, and
Yeah.
literally just yesterday we talked about investing, 401ks, IRAs, all of that, because it's important for me not only to, of course, be in business, but to help the next generation coming along. And I
Yeah.
have people who are now under the age of 30, have never had a house owner in their family, who now have
Mm.
income property, 401ks, money in a savings account, 529 for their kids. And it's because I sit down and I'm just talking to them all the time about how to actually, how money flows through our economy.
So good. So, Kimberly Ann over on LinkedIn, there is your answer. And I want to offer Miss Taylor or Chanel, if you all want to jump in and address that question of how your contribution of the book and will inspire women in business. Miss Taylor, yes.
So I want to first start with collaboration.
Mm,
One, that Ulika has got us all together
yeah.
and brought our experiences in one room, right?
Yeah.
Two, I think it was 2 years ago. So I'm a degreed accountant also. However, I was in a place where I needed help with my own practice, my
Mhm.
own business. And so had worked with Ulika on some projects or whatever. And she told me about getting a website for my business,
Yeah.
right? And how we could share documents securely, etc. So anyway, long story short, I hired her to coach me. So one of the things she helped me do was raise my prices.
Mm,
Why? Because I was not, I've been doing this a long time and I was like, I'm still not where I want to be.
yeah.
So one of the things that I will say this book will inspire us to do is to work our business, not only unbootleg it, but get the price and get paid what we are worth
Absolutely.
so that
Absolutely.
we can do the financial planning for generations. But if we're not charging enough, then we can't do that. So my chapter was compliance, right?
Oh, yeah.
And I start out by saying, during COVID, if we didn't learn anything, it was about being registered as a legal business. There were so many programs for everybody that was legal.
Yes.
Those that were doing payroll, people were knocking on my door. I'm on the storefront, okay?
Uh-huh.
People were knocking on my door asking me to, file for the PPP. And I said no, because if they didn't already have an accountant, I knew it was going to be a mess.
Oh, yeah.
Okay. If you weren't already doing payroll, I knew you didn't have payroll. Because if you had payroll, you could have went to your payroll provider,
Yeah.
right? And had them do the PPP for you.
Uh-huh.
So I do payroll, income taxes, and bookkeeping. So all my clients got PPP loans. Why? Because I had their 941s. I had their VEC reports. I had everything they need. I had the business license. And it was one client who, it was a restaurant. She was
Uh-huh.
compliant and paying, she was compliant and paying all her sales tax, all her meals tax. And so she ended up getting paid by the county locally of Henrico to feed their employees. Why? Because she was registered and she was in good standing. I was her accountant.
Yeah, there you go. Come
That
on.
kept her in order.
Yes,
And
ma'am.
she was, I would say, amenable to the leading and the consult that I was giving her.
Yeah, yeah. So much value, so much value.
So
And
much.
Miss the neat nurse said yesterday's price is not today's price over there. Thank you, Tracy. Resume Workshop Cooper is throwing her hands up. Thank you, Linda Johnson. She's saying amen, amen. Oh my goodness. Chanel D. Simmons, let me get you in here on this. What do you want readers to walk away with? Just in general, once they pick up the Black Women's Business Bible, what do you want them to walk away with?
I want them to walk away with the fact that if you stay ready, you don't have to get ready. Legit.
I'm just snapping.
And that is the epitome of all of it. If you literally have, if you don't know, and my whole thing is also too, I want people to be okay with that. If you don't know something, it is okay that you don't know. What's
Yes.
not okay is staying that way, right? So, the book is a great way to kind of get a blueprint of maybe some aha moments, right, for you. If you weren't aware of what you didn't know, some of the things in the book may be your first introduction to it. Some of it may actually be confirmation of some of the things that you're doing great. So that's also good too. It's always great to be able to get a pat on the back that maybe I'm actually doing some things right. You might not have been sure, but you might realize I actually am doing some things right, right?
Yes.
Secondly, I want people to also know that there is help for you. You do not and should not do it all alone. As we grow, you're going to need to have other people on your team, and those other people are going to look like professionals. There is a reason why when you read the credits at the end of every movie, what do you see? It's very real quick, but you do see an accounting team, right? You don't see the director is the one doing his own books. Why? Because he is directing the whole movie. You are putting together your entire business. Why are you sitting in the weeds for your stuff especially if that's not your gift or your talent or skill? No. Go and get other. It's too important. Your business is too important. Your money is too important. And guess what's the most important? Your dreams, your goals, and your time, because all the other stuff you can get back, but your time you will never get back. So the more time that you waste on trying to do it yourself, the more time that you are giving up to something that you could have hired out to somebody, and then you could have made more money and had less frustration by putting it over to someone else. And I will say the last thing I want people to walk away from reading this book is to know that no one can never take away what you know. Once you do get the education, once you do whatever, once you are aware, that will stay with you. Sometimes we make mistakes along the way. That's okay. Lick those wounds. But now that you know better, you will do better. And you have help to help you along the way.
There you have it. Thank you. The Black. Listen, we got it streaming across the screen, y'all. The Black Women's Business Bible in pre-order right now. Pre-order from any of the co-authors you see or are connected to. It's shipping in April. You want to pick it up. Yulika, listen, our time flew by and I actually stole 3 minutes. But Yulika, if you can close us out, I want to acknowledge the other speaker, the other authors.
One of our co-authors, she's in Europe. She's in Paris right now. Speaking. That's Tony Moore Esquire. We're international now. I would add, so the book is a working guide. So one thing that we're doing now is indexing, but we're also creating worksheets. So every author, we're putting a checklist. If they say some of the things after their chapter, it's going to say, you need to do this homework. So we're working that part out, but also for speaking, if you need any of us to speak, we're spread across the country. You see, we could do virtual. We can come in person. We can record something for you because we want to spread the word. It's about the book, but it's about the knowledge. And I believe that there's enough wealth in us that we want to multiply it to you. And we don't want the enemy to snatch it from you because of your ignorance. And
Oh,
I don't mean that to sound harsh,
mm-hmm.
but ignorance will keep you poor. And ignorance will keep us in chains that are invisible. Fear of the IRS, fear of going to the local counties and getting your business license will keep you poor. And we are here to break those chains. So pre-order, but if you need any of us, reach out, DM, anything, and we will help where any way you can. Women's groups, if it's book clubs or you have a business club, call us and we will do our best to accommodate you. There's 7 of us and we'll do what we can and try to get it on the schedule. You'll have one, none, or we record something, or we'll send you a note or something. We're going to
listen.
You.
Yes, ma'am. Listen, I want to make sure I see a comment coming in. What is the name of the book again? Listen, I'm gonna put the banner so it's not scrolling, so your eyes, you can.
Black Woman's Business Bible.
There you go. In pre-order, but will be widely distributed in April. So thank you for that. Sonia said time is a high-end investment and many don't understand that. Love this powerful discussion. Thank you for being here, Sonia. It is, I've got to, yes, the book does, we letting you go. The book sounds like a must-have for every business owner and those planning to start a business. It is a must-have. I think that's a great way to end, to wrap this up here. I want to just do a round robin of people listening might be saying, I want to connect individually. And so I'm going to start with Kimmy. Just let us know website or business information so that people can connect. And then I'll go to Ms. Taylor, then Chanel, and then end with Yulika.
Absolutely. The best way to find me, of course, is on LinkedIn, Kimmy Ellen, CPA. And so that's the best way to actually find me. Of course, my business, Benford Brown and Associates, benfordbrown.com is always good, but LinkedIn is always the best to actually communicate and connect with me.
All right. Wonderful. Thank you so much, Ms. Taylor. You are up to the mic here.
Yes, I am Cassandra Taylor, and I am the owner of Tailor Made Business Services. You can find me on LinkedIn, Facebook, and Instagram.
All right. Thank you so much. Chanel, you are up to the virtual stage.
Hello, everyone. I'm Chanel D. Simmons. I am on LinkedIn, Instagram, and YouTube. The website is taxandfinancialsolutions.com. So those are ways you can best contact me.
All right. Thank you. And last but not least, Yulika Kimber.
Yes. I'm Yulika Kimber, CPA everywhere. LinkedIn, Instagram, YouTube. Oh, and Facebook. So I'm Yulika. Thank God. Thank you, Mother, for the unique name. Yulika Kimber, CPA. You can find me.
All right, there we all have it. Thank you, ladies, for being here and just this amazing discussion. But more importantly, the book that you all have produced that's going to be a must-have. Thank you all, and we wish much more continued success. I do have to give a special shout out to Chanel D. Simmons and Yulika Kimber, who are authors in book collaborations I have produced. So I'm excited that you all have always been are a part of my my network and helping people change the world. So thank you. I'm going to send you back to the green room here. Send you back to the green room. Listeners, what an amazing conversation today. You have to, wherever you are watching any of the authors you're connected with, purchase, pre-order books, thousands, hundreds, thousands of books. Get one for yourself, get one for a friend, just buy them, pre-order them. I got yesterday, was it yesterday? Seems like, yeah, because today is Tuesday. I got a new entertainment kind of bookcase thing. So it's like my TV is in the middle and the bookcase on the side. And I didn't realize it's full. The bookcases are full. I didn't realize over the years, like how many books I have. And so I'm a proponent of books, and I'm a proponent of having your intellectual property documented. So I love this collaboration. We produce collaborations, and I love how this particular collaboration is intertwined. So it's not kind of siloed chapters, but they all came together to produce this. So shout out to the collective. Thank you, Tim, for popping in. Thank you for the hearts up. Ayana, thank you for being here, saying awesome, ladies. Thank you so much. We see all of the comments and the love all over. It is a wrap for the Sharvette Mitchell Radio Show. Again, the collective. We had some of the authors here with us, and the Black Women's Business Bible. You want to be on the lookout. You want to pre-order hundreds, thousands, and then be on the lookout for it and tell somebody else about it. Until we meet again, it's going to be peace and love here from the capital city of Richmond, Virginia. I am Sharvette Mitchell, CEO of Mitchell Productions, and we're excited that you are a part of this presentation and this broadcast. Bye.
Live from Richmond, Virginia, you've been listening to the Sharvette Mitchell Radio Show. Catch Sharvette Mitchell every Tuesday at 6 p.m., interviewing all the stars you want to hear from. So until next week, stay motivated, excited, and influenced. This is the Sharvette Mitchell Radio Show.